Hello and welcome to Grade Expectations. I'm Grade. Today I wanted to talk to you about a comic, Strange Academy. This comic came out in March of 2020, right before the pandemic hit. The first edition has a number of different covers, and the story basically features a bunch of students that are brought in from all different walks of life to join a magic school run by Doctor Strange. This is often compared to Marvel's version of Harry Potter. I would suggest that it's a little more mature. When Harry Potter starts out, it's dealing with kids that are, say 15 years old. They deal with very basic problems. They learn very basic magic like Wingardium Levioso, and really, they go on some goofy adventures. I would compare Academy more to the very last books of Harry Potter, where you now have seasoned sorcerers that are dealing with life and death stakes. They, are close to 20 or 22, and like there's more love interest, there's more adventure, and there's more danger. So I would say that of all the books that I've collected over the last year, Strange Academy has been my biggest spec. I really like the idea. Obviously, it's got a winning writer in Scotty Young, and Umberto Ramos has been fantastic with the art, and the story is compelling. Marvel is certainly behind this comic as well because they're bringing in everybody. So all the teachers are all the magic users in the Marvel universe. In the most recent comic, they had Thor just hanging around talking to Doctor Strange. But the idea is that this school is being integrated into the Marvel ethos. So I really think this is a cool idea. The school is in New Orleans. They are not just hanging around Hogwarts Castle. They're jumping through the multiverse. They've already gone into space, and dealt with Rocket and Groot. They're going on very cool adventures all throughout places we haven't seen before, and like places that we have. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the comic, the numbers, and why I think it's a great spec choice. So first of all, this comic came out right when the pandemic hit, and so that delayed the second um, comic significantly, and then it delayed the third comic significantly. So this uh, comic series really hasn't had a fair kick at the can. It's been delayed, 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 and it really hasn't been able to ramp up in readership. But now we're starting to see in 2021, the comics are starting to come out. People are really liking what they're seeing, and it seems like each comic has a fantastic story. Uh, like it enriches the world that they're building. And I feel like people are really starting to go after those back issues that they didn't have access to because of the pandemic. So first of all, let's go through the different copies. So you have the main comic, Strange Academy 1, and on the CGC census, there are currently 857 9.8s of this comic. Um, Again, it's a brand new comic. I would expect a lot of these to be in great condition. I've had a lot of success finding these comics. I started in the summer paying about 30 bucks for each, like first edition, first comic, and I think it's up to, I would say, 80 or 90 bucks now if you want to get one of these. And to be honest, in the last week, I've seen some crazy eBay sales for this specific one. This is kind of the chase cover, and there are certainly a lot of other ones, but I think people are really connecting to this one as, I picture Strange Academy, I picture this comic. So I would suggest this is a very good spec choice to grab now. Even though you've seen it going up in value, that's just supporting that people really are enjoying the series and starting to covet this first issue. Then we have the character spotlight. This one is the done by Adams. There are currently 171 CGC 9.8s of this comic, and there are very few other grades for this one. So this, I think, is the dark horse of the first editions. We've seen the character spotlights now for 8 of the different characters, and honestly, I don't see many of this comic anywhere. I've been looking to grab more. I bought one recently on eBay, and it was damaged. The back is all black, and you're just not seeing a lot of these. I don't think very many were ordered when you compare it to the main cover, the white one I just showed you. And again, there are a ton of covers for the first issue. So honestly, I think this is the one to grab because on the cover, the first spotlight is Emily Bright. I didn't originally know who she was when I bought my first one, but I knew who she was, but I didn't really know how big she was going to be. And she's really the featured protagonist of this story. So this is a good one to grab. Next, we have the J. Scott Campbell version. And this is my personal favorite cover. It's got the circle going on. You have all the characters on the cover, including some of the teachers. And the colors are fantastic. I'm a big J. Scott Campbell fan. I love his work. And, this cover's fantastic. So you can see over here, I have two 9.8s of this specific comic. So I have they're both the Virgin um, Comic Mint version of it. So it doesn't say Strange Academy on it, and one of them is signed by J. Scott Campbell. I'm very happy I grabbed this one. So numbers for this one, there are 524 9.8s. And then for the Virgin, there's quite a few. So there's 600. Sorry, my pointing is off. Over 600 of this one, and just under 200 of this one. And I would suggest this comic is undervalued right now when you compare it to the main one. The main comic at a 9.8 is going for like 250 US dollars. I would suggest this one is significantly less, so maybe 120 for the signed one, maybe 200, and it's a great one to grab as well. I just think right now people are chasing the white cover, and those are gonna dry up pretty quickly. Honestly, I've been scouring eBay, looking at local ads. I found very few Strange Academy first print like first comics, and when I see them and they're in good condition, I'm buying them up. Next, we have the 1 in 10 design variant. This one is also Umberto Ramos. I think it's a pretty cool one. It's a good wraparound cover, and it's sketching all of the students of Strange Academy. So it's a pretty neat one. It's I would suggest pretty rare. There are only 297 9.8s of that one. Next, we have the Ramos 1 in 25. I have another one over here, 9.6. What can I do? I honestly didn't see very many of them, and I grabbed them when I could. And then I have one in the raw that I'm going to press and send out. So for the 1 in 25, there are 240 9.8s. Other first prints. So There is the Ilya Rasputin one. There's a Virgin version of that one. I don't really like the cover. It's going for a lot of money and it doesn't interest me, so I have zero copies of that one. There's the 1 in 50 Opina cover. It's a Breakfast Club homage cover, and it's mostly black, and I would imagine very hard to get in 9.8. I have been looking for that one, but honestly, it's 800 bucks, 800 US. So, I'm gonna need to make a lot of sales of my smaller comics to be able to afford that one. And like there's Walmart versions, and then there are second, third, fourth, and fifth print, as well as a second Walmart print of like the first comic. And I have a couple of those. People seem to be selling those pretty cheap, and I have a couple just in case. But it's not really something that I think has the spec value. It's all about the first print on this one, and then there are so many variants that it's kind of a crapshoot. Although I do believe the white cover, the A cover, is the market is telling us that that's the one that's going to hold a lot of value. Obviously, the 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50 are important as well. And I think the character spotlight one is going to be the dark horse that you're going to find there are very few of in 5 years, and that it's featuring the most important character in Strange Academy, new character. So again, this comic has a ton of first appearances. I think there's 11 of them. I don't want to go through all the students. Honestly, I don't know them all yet. Um, we're not on a first name basis. So I would just say, they're all there, and some are going to be hits, some are going to be misses, and we really don't know a lot about a lot of these characters right now. The other thing I wanted to bring up is some of the other comics. So the uh, we have the second comic. This is the A cover. I think it's an awesome cover, and this one is going for like 40 US, maybe even a little bit more. And this one, there's only 85 CGC 9.8 so far. And I would imagine people didn't keep these as much as the first comic. So we might see that these go up quite a bit because there just aren't that many of them. There's also a character spotlight for number two. So it's Doyle Dormammu. Honestly, I think this is a cool cover. I never grabbed one in June, July, and the price just started going up. And really, there just weren't many ordered, as far as I know. So CGC only has 64 9.8s of this comic right now. And again, I think this is a main character. It's almost like the spotlights. Logically, you would put the characters that you think are going to be the most important to start. First, second, third. So Doyle's number two on the first appearances, the students, and we've already seen him featured quite a bit. Finally, we haven't seen too much of the villains for Strange Academy. So currently, the students have only had trouble with a group called the Hollow. And so the Hollow's first full appearance is number 4. This is a another Dark Horse spec comic. So this is the 1 in 25 version of the first appearance of the Hollow, first full appearance of the Hollow, and it's an interesting comic because they also go through uh, the multiverse, playing tag. And the main cover is a white cover, and they're kind of going through all the different doors and dimensions, and we don't know uh, who else or what other first appearances are in here that are important. But I would say this is a comic that you should be collecting as well. And both the main cover as well as the spotlight cover and the this 1 in 25 version. So overall, we've seen Strange Academy going up, up, up in value, and that's without like a steady stream of comics being printed, without people having a chance to really immerse themselves in this world that Scotty Young and Umberto Ramos are creating. And I would suggest that this is going to be a huge hit. Um, the 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 fact that it was released right when the pandemic hit, when was disrupted by the pandemic, only adds to like the lower print to start, and the scarcity of these comics. And it's definitely a comic that I'm not currently selling. I'm only buying, and I'm just watching it, the investment that I'm putting into it grow. And we might see in 5 years when they're up to issue 50, and there's a Disney Plus show. Like, people keep saying Disney Plus. I personally believe that this is going to be a long run comic book, that they're not going to immediately introduce it to Disney Plus. And they made 8 Harry Potter movies. If they build this world correctly, they build these characters correctly, this could be something that you see in 5 or 10 years, where Kevin Feige is considering, and Disney and Marvel are considering, making this, like a feature movie, uh, a bunch of movies. And it all depends on how the story is written and how it's received, and how it grows. And honestly, I've been reading the comics, and I think it is absolutely going to continue to grow. And so this is my first big spec comic. I'm going to go through some other spec videos, just kind of going through what I saw in 2020 as not the home runs, but like the sure thing comics. And Strange Academy is at the top of the list for me. So if you enjoyed this video, you found it interesting, go ahead and smash that like, and subscribe to my channel. I do not put out regular videos. It's kind of when I have time. I have a family and a job, and um, when I have something to talk about. So it's beneficial to get that notification on your YouTube with the subscription. And if you have any comments, let me know. Thank you.